Yo, what up? Welcome back to my channel. You're watching J2ME in 2025, and in this series, we are going to explore J2ME, what is J2ME, how to use J2ME, and all those questions. So let's get started. First question is, what even is J2ME? And J2ME stands for Java to Platform Micro Edition. So this is like a subset of the Java platform designed for mobile devices and other low-powered hardware. Compared to the J2SE and J2EE, which were built for desktop and server environments, J2ME has a lot more limited feature set. Keep in mind that this was built for low-powered devices back then, and if you could recall some of these screenshots, this is how J2ME games used to look like back then. So they would be having this pixel art graphics with a lower screen resolution, usually 240 320, and there were also apps like calculators, web browsers, and stuff built using J2ME, and you could see some of the features that J2ME provides, like a Bluetooth API. There's even a location API, even a 3D graphics API that was supported in a lot less devices. You have a payments API as well, and you can see it's quite a rich set of features J2ME comes with. Next question is, why even use J2ME? That too in 2025, where most people are having a smartphone based on Android or iOS, which have a lot more features than what we used to get in the older mobile devices back in 2000s. If you would ask me, I have one reason to use J2ME: nostalgia. But you may be having a different reason, let's say for recycling or preserving old hardware. Here J2ME becomes important because 3 billion devices run Java. But the best part is it uses Java itself, and Java, love it or hate it, is quite a simple language to use, and it's easy to learn as well. You could find a bunch of resources around how to develop apps for old phones in LPC Wiki. So here you can see the development guide for some of the runtimes. You can use it to build apps for your older devices. Next up, you can use J2ME for offline tooling, and this is an app called Hotpants I found in GitHub that lets you generate one-time password on your older devices, as you can see in these screenshots, which is still quite useful today for doing two-factor authentication. And theoretically, you can also build a password manager. I couldn't find any password managers, but it seems like Bounty Castle has support for J2ME, especially the lightweight cryptography APIs are supported on J2ME, and you could use this to build a good password manager, which is something we might be exploring in a future video. There can be other use cases, like this funny one I found for Android. This app turns your phone into a ruler to use for measurement of length, and you could do something similar for let's say the J2ME phones, where you could use your phone screen as a ruler, but that would only support like 2 inches or so. Not a great ruler. The best part is you can use it for building pixel art games. And Snake, of course, was shipped with a lot of Nokia devices, and you could see it used to have graphics like these, but there were also much more popular titles like Assassin's Creed, for example. Assassin's Creed did release versions for J2ME back in the days, and you could find these screenshots that have a sort of funky pixel art look for an Assassin's Creed game. And There was also this excellent game called Spore, which was designed by EA, where you would be handling a small creatures and you have to eat other things and grow larger. And as such, Spore also was released for multiple other platforms as well. And J2ME has quite a limited game development APIs. It has the APIs for canvas and sprite management. This would be quite limited in terms of what today's game dev APIs provide, but that's still a starting point you can use to build J2ME games. The next question is, where is J2ME? And you could find J2ME in a bunch of old cell phones, usually the Nokias, Blackberries, and Sony Ericssons used to come with J2ME inbuilt. And if you try to use J2ME on an Android device, you can have something like J2ME Loader installed. This will help you run J2ME apps in your Android device, as you can see from this screenshot. Or if you're on a PC, you could use a PC-based emulator like Micro Emulator, which would help you run the apps on your PC. And if you're feeling adventurous, there's a lot of documentation around the J2ME specification. You can use it to build your own emulator or a J2ME based platform for running and developing J2ME apps. So the next question is how to code for J2ME. And traditionally, you would use a development environment based around NetBeans. This was supported back in the day, where you would be having J2ME based wizards and libraries inbuilt with the NetBeans IDE that would help you get started with app development as soon as possible. But I don't like NetBeans that much. You can have a Gradle-based setup, which is a lot more modern, and you could also integrate Gradle with other IDEs like Eclipse or IntelliJ to get a much more pleasant development experience. J2ME has an API documentation provided here in the link, where you could see the Bluetooth API, 3D graphics API, and even a bunch more of the vendor-specific APIs, like these Motorola and BlackBerry APIs that are only supported in their respective devices. These are not cross-platform as such. And yeah, this is something nice to get started with. But if you're searching for an easier option, would be to use a scripting environment inside J2ME. So a scripting environment would let you do J2ME programming inside J2ME, but that means you would have an app that would let you build other J2ME apps within the phone, right? And this example you're seeing is for the Heckle IDE. And Heckle is a programming language similar to Tickle. And if you can see some of these, this is how Heckle looks like. And compared to Java, it's just a lot more simpler. It's similar to Ruby in appearance as well. And you can see you also get low-level primitives for, lists and maps and as such. And you can use Heckle to expressively build apps, but I don't think it supports all of the features of Java. Keep in mind that it was designed specifically for J2ME, and you could download this Heckle jar and install on your phone to run the Heckle IDE and get started there. The screenshot is from my Nokia E5, and here I have built up this Heckle program to print a simple hello world. And if you're successful, this is how the output would look like. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos.